Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? John Stanek from Johnny Radio bringing you yet another episode in the Johnny Radio Top 100 Countdown, the top 100 albums of all time, voted by you guys. And we are in numbers 30 to 21 this week. So psyched to see what's next. Guys, I haven't seen the list in a while, so this is going to be as exciting for me as it is for you. So let's get right to it. I'm going to share my screen right now, and we're going to see what's at number 30. Bam! Look at that. A legend, Mr. Bob Marley, and the compilation Greatest Hits record, Legend, which, usually for these kind of lists, I'm not too excited about compilation albums or greatest hits records, but this is an exception because it's so good. I mean, every song on here is a classic, and every version of every song as well. Like No Woman, No Cry, the live version truly does exceed the version from Natty Dread, in my opinion. So, masterfully put together, and just a great introduction to a living or non-living legend. Amazing record. So that's so cool. It made it. So now at number 29, we got Hotel California by the Eagles. Of course, an absolute classic just for the title track alone. So many other great songs on here, though. But man, just that the title track, I could go on and on about. The chord progression is so genius. Don Henley's vocals and the lyrics, and then the guitar solos at the end, the build up. I mean, just an amazing, mesmerizing song, if just for that alone. But definitely see why it would be voted high on the list. I probably wouldn't put it that high personally, but absolute classic. Oh, here we go. The Beatles make their first appearance, and definitely not the last, from what I recall. At number 28 with Rubber Soul. Absolutely, man. I mean, come on. You got Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood. The Word is an underrated track. I mean, so many great classics on here. In My Life, John Lennon was really at the top of his game, as was McCartney, of course, and Harrison kind of coming into his own as well. So, I mean, starting to get into that psychedelic sound. Absolutely fantastic record. Now at number 27, we got Miles Davis with Kind of Blue. Man, I mean, this is the juggernaut of jazz records from 1959. I mean, come on, man. Just when that bass line opens up, it's just so cool, man. And I mean, just the coolest from the whole way through. Every song on here, even the slow ones, are just amazing. Gotta have it in your collection. So cool that it's this high on the list. Now at number 26, yeah, the Joshua Tree by U2. Absolutely love this album. Every single song on here is a classic. Of course, Where the Streets Have No Name, With or Without You, one of the greatest ballads of the 80s, of all time, really. And just, I mean, even the B-sides are gems on here. Red Hill Mining Town, In God's Country. I mean, come on, man. Just amazing. I'm a little upset Octung Baby is below this on the list because I like that one just a hair better. But yeah, can't deny the greatness of the Joshua Tree. Absolutely. Now at number 25, we got Led Zeppelin, the debut album, one of the greatest debuts of all time from 1969. I mean, can you imagine hearing this for the first time in 69? I mean, this album literally blew my mind the first time I heard Dazed and Confused in the 90s. And, still to this day, when I hear that track, or Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, Good Times, Bad Times. I mean, there's just so many great tracks on this album, and this is just the one that started it off. So now at number 24, Led Zeppelin II. Amazing that they ended up in order like that. But I actually like the debut a little better than two myself, but they're pretty close, I gotta say. I mean, Whole Lot of Love alone, just one of the greatest opening tracks of all time. And you see that both in 1969. I mean, unbelievable when you think about these two powerhouse albums came out in the same year. Amazing. And I mean, come on, you got Moby Dick and Ramble On and What Is and What Should Never Be, Lemon Song. So many great tracks on this. I mean, there's really not a bad Zeppelin record, in my opinion. So, really cool that they both made it on this episode. Now, oh man, another monolith of rock music, literally. Who's Next by The Who. I love that album cover, by the way. That monolith in the middle of nowhere, and it looks like they all just urinated on it. And I mean, come on, man. Baba O'Reilly, talk about one of the greatest opening tracks to any record of all time. Just incredible. I mean, Pete Townsend was just ahead of the game on this thing with those synthesizers, and then so cool the way it builds, the way Keith Moon just goes nuts at the end on the drums with that violin solo. And then, I mean, come on, every song on here, Getting in Tune, Won't Get Fooled Again, Behind Blue Eyes, some of their best songs of all time, and absolutely deserving to be this high on the list. This is really great, guys. You all really outdid yourselves on the voting. And now, number 22, one of my favorites from the 60s, Highway 61, revisited by Bob Dylan from 1965. Absolutely a classic. My favorite Dylan album, and that's really saying something. I mean, the guy's got so many classics, but I mean, come on. Like a Rolling Stone, just like Tom Thumb's Blues. You got Ballad of a Thin Man, one of the coolest songs, Tombstone Blues, From a Buick 6, Desolation Row. I could go on and on. Every single track on here is a classic. And yeah, man, I mean, the guy, just talk about being ahead of the game. I mean, he was, I mean, in 65, the Beatles were looking up to him. And this is just perfect proof of that. Just brilliant. So now at number 21, Joni Mitchell's Blue from 1971. You see it on my wall of perfect albums behind me. I'm not too good with my hands here, but for a reason. This is just an absolute classic. I mean, Joni put her heart not just on her sleeve, but on a plate for everyone. Just lyrically, this thing is so deep and gets really dark at times, but then at other times, it's playful and lovely. Like on the opening track or on California or Carrie, it's her life in an album, which, I mean, Joni Mitchell's got so many great records, but this, if you had to sum up her career in one record, this would be it. It is just masterful in every way. And I love that it's just so stripped down for the most part. You just hear some of her friends like James Taylor playing some guitar, but it's mostly just acoustic guitar and or piano for the most part, and her amazing vocals doing the work. And I can't say enough about this thing. I've done an album review of it, of course, on my channel. Every album that you see behind me, I've done one for. So, guys, this is coming out so good. I think it really is rivaling Rolling Stone's top 500, for sure, their top 100 of the 500. And I can't wait to see the top 20. So, guys, stick around. We got 2 more episodes, 2 more weeks. So can't wait to see what's next. Let me know in the comments below how you think this is shaping up so far. Have you been surprised by any of these? And how are you liking it? I'm very, very pleased, I got to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. We got so much more coming on the channel. Obviously, top fives every Friday, album reviews, so much more. And if you haven't checked it out yet, I have a new podcast, which is now streaming everywhere on all streaming services. The So You Think You Know podcast, where I interview musicians and all kinds of cool people. So check that out. And thank you guys. And as always, Viva la vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Joni Radio, and I'll see you soon.